am
Actually,
live.
you're live on YouTube, Instagram. Now you are live.
Now I'm live on Instagram. What's up, you cool cats and kittens? Hold on one second. Let me get pulled up here. We'll let everybody hop in as they usually do. Oh, Refuge Medical started a live video. Could you imagine that? I'm surprised by that news.
They actually gave you the notification.
I'm happy that they did. They never do. They never give me the notification. They hate.
Oh, sorry guys. That took my brain a total of 2 seconds to realize.
What up, what up, what up? Shalom, y'all. What's up, Hemi? What's up, Seven Heather?
I would just like to point out that prior to the Instagram live starting and the YouTube live starting, I had the mic plugged in. So
that's pretty good. That's a growth. That's growth for us. You know, we don't usually do it. Guys, share the video out if you haven't already. Help us get out there. We are getting what's the word? Throttled. That's the word. We're getting throttled really hard right now on all of our channels.
Algorithm Rhythm doesn't like us.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, if it's like Meta or if it's something to do with YouTube or what it is, but like, guys, we've got, 9,000 subscribers here and we've got 9 people here, so 1% is here. Like that's lame. So share this out with the homies. Those are nice tires, bro.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. You could drive on those. 100%.
JS Genesis Designs. Sanctified
30
Supply
people here. Heck yeah.
Is
So,
reading numbers. Okay.
hold on. Let me put in my pouch here. I just finished my lunch. I scarfed it down. You're probably like, Bob, it's supposed to start at 1 and you started it at 1:16. It's because I had an appointment with my wife for a doctor and we had to go do that. And now I'm back here and I had to eat my lunch really quick. So I appreciate all of your guys' grace and mercy and compassion and understanding in me being 16 minutes late. I always have some reason that I'm running late. Usually I'm just running around like a chicken with my head cut off. But this is the Refuge HQ live stream where we sit down and do a Q&A, right? It's an opportunity for you guys to ask any questions that you may have, whether it's about your kits, whether it's about TACMed, whether it's about the industry, whether it's about current news, geopolitical events, whether it's about faith and spirituality, whatever it may be. This is an opportunity for us, the Refuge Nation and the Refuge staff, to hang out for a little bit, kick it old school, as the kids say, as well as it's an opportunity for, our side to deliver any news or feedback or anything like that that's going on inside of the production facility, the fulfillment facility, manufacturing, whatever it may be, so that you guys are, up to snuff on what the current haps inside of Refuge are, as much as I can share. I can't tell you everything, but I can tell you some things. Shout out to all of the people who are signed up to the SMS program and got that dope text yesterday and have already gotten their class slots. We told you last week that Refuge Training was about to drop new dates, and we told you to sign up for the SMS, the text messages. We're not going to spam you with deals or anything like that. We're going to send you probably some memes and then also information that pertains to what's going on in Refuge Nation. So if you haven't signed up for the Refuge Responder, it's not like an essential responder or responder 1, 2, or 3. It's not that. What it is there's a TACMed portion, there's a scenario-based training portion, and then there's a preparedness portion. So this is a completely new class. This hasn't been taught before. If you've come to responder 1, 2, and 3, some of the TACMed will still be the same, right? Because that hasn't changed. But the scenarios will be different, and then also the preparedness portion we haven't taught in a public setting yet. So we're really pumped about this. It's May 5th and 6th. May 5th, that evening, we have a big house party that we're going to do. So we're going to hang out, and we're going to oots, 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 as the kids say. And I don't think that they do that anymore, do they?
No.
No.
I mean, honestly, I'm so out of the loop. I don't know.
I don't even know what they do. I can't understand them half the time.
If you've reached the point where you don't know what's going on anymore, you're an adult.
Yeah, I'm trying to survive. That's all I'm doing. But with that, we'll hang out, we'll eat good food, we'll have some mini speakers and it'll just be an awesome opportunity to kind of come together as Refuge Nation per se. So go to the store. What was that?
What are the dates on that again?
That's May 5 and 6,
so
right?
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
Nice.
So we used a different country that's not our country's Independence Day because that doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. Tacos. Hello.
Well, yeah, tacos, naturally. But with that, we're using Cinco de Mayo as one of the dates. And then, May the 4th be with you. We thought that was cool. And so, use that opportunity that weekend to come out, hang out with the Refuge team, you know, take a day off of work on the 6th and get some training, right? Something else you'll notice is if you've taken other courses or you've looked at it and priced the courses, this is substantially cheaper. It's a really good price. You're getting 3 different curriculums with scenario-based training for like $550. That's really affordable, especially.
The first ever prepper, not prepper, my brain.
Preparedness, yeah.
Preparedness, like the prepper classroom, like
Yep.
the first ever live event.
Yeah, we've never done a live prepper classroom, so we're going to go over like, you know, food storage, water storage, purification, filtration, area studies, the importance of mutual assistance groups, stuff like that. Inside of the course for you guys, you're going to get materials as well, so you'll get like a Refuge trainer kit as well as you get some preparedness stuff. You get a prepper notebook and all that jazz. This is all to you with the class when you sign up. There's no like extra stuff you got to buy when you get here. And then of course you get the reps and sets from the training, which is just, you know, the cat's pajamas, as the kids say.
And you're having an after party on that Sunday, right?
Yeah, we're having an after party, and I don't know what food we're going to do. We might do brisket. We've talked about it, but we don't know.
Whoa. I'm offended because it's on Cinco de Mayo, and like we have to do Mexican food.
Yeah, I guess we could do tacos. We'll just get some tacos. We'll get like a banging taco spread. That's what we'll do.
Bar.
Guacamole, all that stuff. All right. Ghost, you're here every week. Yeah, you are. Everybody smash that like button. What's up, Bama Buckeye? What's up, Nostradamus? Robert Bales. Bob, how was lunch? Lunch was rushed, and it honestly wasn't that good. I got like a crappy mac and cheese bowl with some chicken tenders in it, and I just shoved in my face at Mach 12.
Jason knows what's up. Sheep tacos.
Sheep
Get Eric
tacos.
to make some of that sheep brisket.
Well, I was talking to TJ, the CEO, today, and we were talking about spinning a sheep over the fire. So maybe we'll do our first ever Mexican fire roasted sheep.
Dude.
And we could do tacos.
That would be freaking awesome.
Okay, I'll have to figure out the logistics of this, but we'll make it happen.
Nobody
tell the health department.
What is the difference between the AUK and the advanced?
So the AUK Advanced has more trauma capability, and you should get the AUK Advanced. The only reason we make the AUK Basic is for cheap companies that don't want to spend money, right? And we give them an opportunity to cover all their bases, but still, you know, save a little bit of cheddar. The AUK Advanced gives you that additional trauma life-saving equipment, and that's what you need. It really is, right? So that's the bread and butter, because OSHA doesn't think like chest seals are that important, which is unreal to me. They just now said you need a windlass tourniquet, which is mind-blowing. Yeah, what you got?
Over on Instagram, Little Sauce Boss asked, how do we sign up for the SMS?
Absolutely. So if you go to the website, at the very, very top of the website right now is a banner, and it says sign up for the SMS. Click that, do what it says, enter in your phone number, boom, you're signed up for the SMS. I don't know if Britt sent out the meme of the day today. I don't think she has yet. She was kind of, I was in and out of the office. I was all over the place this morning. Brisket tacos, maybe. Sheep tacos are probably where it is. What else we got? What up, Refuge Nation? What's up, Josephus? Gosh, what a name. I just love saying it. I really do. My IFAC got delivered today. Thanks, y'all. No, thank you, random citizen. Guys, we are shipping out facts like nobody's business. We don't even give a fact. That is how quick, I mean, it is facking quick over here, all right? And we're pushing orders as absolutely quick as we can because of the big end of the year blowout sale. We're trying to reduce our inventory so we don't get taxed again, as well as we're trying to Pareto our kits. We want to offer you guys the most comprehensive kits without like an overwhelming menu, right? Right now we've got a lot of different selections and people are getting torn. Should I get that one? Should I get this one? Should I get that one? And like you really couldn't go wrong either way. So we're shooting ourselves in the foot and we're confusing y'all. So right now we're Paretoing a lot of our kits. So that means some super awesome kits are on sale for a banging price. This is the Smash right here. This guy's like, what is it, $150 off or something like that? It's a considerable amount off. And this is a comprehensive vehicle first aid kit. We built the Smash and Crash kit with Baja racing teams after they had lost one of their brothers in a race. They had
147 off.
147 off. Yeah, that's considerable. And so there's a Baja racing team. They took a loss of one of their guys inside of a tragic accident, and they reached out and they're like, we never want this to happen again. What do we need? What do we do? And so we got with them. We looked at what they were doing. We built out a specialty crash and crash fac, and then the Smash came off of that to give them the capability that they needed in the chaser trucks, right? Because it's not the Baja trucks that are carrying these, it's the chaser trucks after them that are like, hey, we're going to respond if something crazy happens. And so they carry these kits. They're extremely comprehensive. The crash vac that can be added onto these is all vacuum sealed, so that way it's waterproof too. What do you got?
We also trained that team.
We also trained that team as well, so no big deal, because we're not just going to give you first aid, we're also going to show you how to use it. And that comes to like utilizing the YouTube, right? Refuge Nation, you guys know this, right? Share the videos with your family, with your friends. Make sure they know how to put on a tourniquet. Make sure they know how to wound pack. Make sure they understand why this is so vitally important, right? The #1 preventable cause of death in the US right now, massive bleeding, right? I'm pretty sure opioid use is coming close, but we'll see.
Is it just kits or all products, bags only for the sale? I'm assuming.
I don't think we have bags only on sale, but there's a lot of kits. Like there's a variety of kits. For a while we had Bear Facts on sale too.
They already sold out.
I'm pretty sure they got
Field
smoked.
Medic is gone.
Field Medic got sold out. I think there's still some stomps left. Don't quote me on that. The OSHA compliance kit, that's really the bread and butter right now in this sale. It's a good deal. You basically get the advanced for free. And then with that, that's like a banging home first aid kit. It's built for like industrial manufacturing facilities, right? So if you have that in your home, it's going to cover everything you need in your house and then some. So that way, heaven forbid, you were shooting on your property and you had something wrong happen, or there is an accident outside your house, or that piece of sheet metal that you were putting up on the new barn did come down and slice somebody open. That's all stuff that can be handled with an OSHA compliance kit advanced. And I highly recommend you guys get it while you still can, seriously, because here soon we're going to go to special order only on those kits because, they're not what we want to focus on for 2024.
Josephus said, wound bucket kit is awesome. I showed it to my doc and he said it was worth it.
Yeah, I just had a pretty lengthy conversation the other day with a midwife, and we were talking about the baby birthing bucket and the postpartum bucket, and she was blown away. She was like, I didn't even know these existed. I was like, yeah, they're a new product. They've only really existed for about a year. And so she's going to start using those inside of her practice for all of her patients, right? Because she was having to buy all that stuff by herself. And she was like, man, this is just really smart to have. Like, you never know if like hurricane hits and you go out of power, somebody could have a baby in that time frame. It happens. It really, really does. And EMS can't get there. So having the stuff on hand to work through those problems, super important. Very, very important. Baby making bucket? No, we don't sell those.
Sounds like something Ren would say.
We don't sell those. But that's funny.
You were talking about Refuge Nation a minute ago. It was crazy because, my job is to go through, find people's comments, respond, answer questions.
Yep.
An ad for another company that shall not be named popped up in the feed.
Yeah.
And no. I saw a notification that someone had mentioned us, and I pull it open. It's their ad, and they're like, I only purchase my med stuff from Refuge Medical. Like on this other very well-known company's ad, I'm like, when Refuge Nation does it for you.
Guys, we love the support. We really do. Obviously, no LaShawn Hurrah. We're not going to talk trash on anybody. We are 100% biased. We absolutely think we make the best product, if you can believe me. I think there's stuff that other companies do that are absolutely innovative and incredible. And I like some designs of like other American-made kits. Like I really do. I think they're pretty intuitive and ingenuity. The ingenuity in them is awesome. That being said, I am 100% biased into our processes and how we go about making kits, and you guys are so cool, Refuge Nation. Like the feedback we get back from y'all, the live saved data, the aid rendered data. You can go to the website at any time. You can type in aid rendered, and you can read story after story after story of how people are using these kits, right? Which is really important.
That recent post of the car that was flipped, you can see our bare men laying on the ground.
Yep, you can see it right there. Like the accident happened, and you can see a bear fac or a bear min sitting there deployed, right, ready to go. And that's the thing is like, we're using this stuff, we're testing this stuff, we know that it works, right? Bama Buckeye, you had a great question. You said, I have a bunch of kits from 2 to 3 years ago. Do I need to update them? Needs a strong word, right? Do you need to? No, probably not. Could you update them? Yeah, we've definitely come out with some new iterations, to, have the system better deploy, to protect the tourniquet and shears more, to change how things are laid out so that they're more for the Marchi algorithm. That's a decision you have to make. Always check your gear, make sure it's not expired. I know we can go back and forth about expiration dates and when it works and when it doesn't work. That being said, check the efficacy of your gear, right? If you've had a Bearfac for 3 years and it's only lived in the car and it's been hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold for 3 years, check your chest seals, check your tapes, any of your adhesives, like all that stuff, your tourniquets, if there has been a ton of sun exposure. UV does damage on anything. It's just what it is. If you go outside and you stand outside forever, it's gonna do damage to your skin, right? The same thing with, if you leave a jacket out in the sun, it's gonna do damage to it, right? So it can happen with a tourniquet. So make sure you're checking your gear that there isn't any just deterioration that happens. Dude, time takes on all things. It really does. It doesn't matter what we do. That's why we guarantee our kits forever also, because, we want to make sure that you guys have access to the best kits forever. So if you have a Bearfac for 5-10 years, right? And obviously you didn't throw it into a helicopter on the 6th year and it's okay, we're not gonna replace that. That one was on you, dog, right? But if you have a Bearfac that hasn't been in those circumstances and it does fail, we're going to replace it because we believe in our stuff. We really, really do.
Ghost said that was him that made that comment.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
He's constantly getting other medical companies in his feed. He always says he only buys from.
Bless you, Ghost. You're freaking awesome.
That reminds me of affiliate program. If you're going around doing that kind of stuff, please sign up so that you can get stuff for yourself.
Our Refuge Nation affiliate program is dope, right? If you're not putting at the very least, put your family on. We're not like some big corporate conglomerate that's well, you don't have 15,000 followers yet, so we're not interested in partnering with you, but once you build your brand, no, that's stupid. You're a person who is awesome, and we love you. And so if you have 1 follower or no followers or 1 million followers, we don't care. If you're out there influencing people and being an affiliate towards us, go to our affiliate program and sign up, right? What it is it gives you your own hyperlink to Refuge Medical. It basically is your Refuge Medical store. And then anytime somebody purchases through that, you get a percentage back to either spend on first aid gear, or at a certain point, you get that percentage back in just cold, hard dollars, right? Because, a little bit of cash cheddar never hurt nobody. And this is a great way to hey, mom, dad, you want to buy a first aid kit this year? Yeah, I do. All right, can you use this link right here? And then I get a kickback for it. That way I can buy more first aid gear. Dude, that's awesome. Heck yeah. And now, mom, dad, sign up with this thing and tell your friends about it, right? Because then mom and dad are getting the kickback too, to where they're saving money on first aid gear. And what we're going to do with this program is weaponize a mass of people to have everyone going out and getting first aid supplies and then training and practicing with it. So that way it's force multiplication, right? Now it's not just you in your town that has first aid gear, it's you and 60 of your closest friends. So how much more capable is that town? It's freaking awesome. But that's when you guys come in and you guys have to talk about it and go out and be those people. And that's why you get the reward of the percentage back to y'all, right?
Bob, real quick.
What you got?
Ghost asked, can he still sign up if he can't order anything right now, just financially? I dropped the link in the chat, guys. Go sign up.
Yeah.
Because you can actually earn money to get a kit. You could get a kit totally paid for if you have enough people order. And then, hey, Aaron over on Instagram had a really awesome question. Tips on how to have the conversation with loved ones who don't think they need to know how to apply a tourniquet or have first aid with them because they think emergency medical will get there in time.
Yeah. Show them the statistics. Go ahead and do a little bit of homework, right? It's really easy. You can call majority of your dispatch centers and you can ask them what your average response time is, and then show them what type of time frame they may have based on their injury, right? If they have a critical bleed, you could have 90 seconds to 120 seconds before you enter irreversible hypovolemic shock, which basically means you lost too much blood and we might not be able to save you, all right? So if you go out and you get that data, it's just really hard to negate cold, hard facts, right? And like Brother Saw says all the time, and I don't know, he's an awesome dude. He's so much wisdom
here.
there. Is he really?
Yeah,
What's up, Saw?
He just jumped in the chat.
So Brother Saw says facts over feelings, right? Or facts not feelings, because I feel like I want first aid to like drive to me and take care of me. The fact of the matter is it's going to take 37 minutes. Well, 37 minutes is a long time to watch. Like, you're going to watch your dead relative for 34 minutes in a critical bleed scenario, which is horrible. It's terrifying. And so giving them that just hard, honest talk, right? And it takes a rebuke, right? And that's a biblical concept, right? Because what is a brother? A brother is somebody who not only will give a rebuke, but a brother is somebody who will receive a rebuke, right? And so, if they're not receiving that knowledge, that rebuke, because they're just living in their own fantasy world, there's something to like, hey man, don't cast your pearls before swine, right? Focus on people that are actually paying attention. That's my best piece of information. Bama Buckeye, our average response time is 20 plus minutes. Yeah, absolutely.
Saws has a question.
Saws has a question. When will Barefact Bearman inserts only be able for purchase on the site? Supplement use in chest rigs and other systems without wearing outside webbing. Okay. We could probably make that happen here shortly. All we'll have to do is build up the inventory on the Bearman Barefact inserts. We haven't sold them with just the inserts before. We do the bag only, which comes with an insert, but we've not done just the insert. That's a great idea because the Bearman insert works great in the saw rig through sojourn gear, right? So there's two pockets on the side that fit a canteen perfectly and also a Bearman like perfectly. And so I'll talk to Britt and then I'll talk to our production lead over in manufacturing and we'll get those plussed up and then I'll get a message over to you once that happens. So that way you know.
7Heather7 said, remember, police arriving doesn't mean you'll receive medical. They have other things sometimes they have to do prior to caring for you.
I have known countless, I don't know how to count the amount of police officers that refuse to render aid because so many cops in the past have been sued for doing it the wrong way or because they did it the right way and the tourniquet hurt and so they sued them because the tourniquet hurt and then the city pays them out because they just settle and now the cop is in trouble when they save that life. The cops don't want to render aid. It's very challenging.
They're not covered by Samaritan.
They're not. It's a completely different set of rules. You are covered differently as a civilian, right? And that's the whole thing too is like everybody wants to support first responders until it's time to support first responders. And guys, I let you in on this secret all the time. I'll let you know again. You will always be your first responder. You're there. You're the first one there, okay? So if you prepare for that, right, and you prepare others for that, how much more successful would they be in handling an emergent scenario, whatever it may be, right?
I mean, it's like that video that we posted today about the cop who was shot in like all four extremities,
Yep.
right? Even after his teammates pulled up, he's sitting there yelling over
Tourniquet,
and over
tourniquet.
and over, tourniquet me. And the guy's just like looking around and talking on the mic, and the guy's like, tourniquet both my legs, tourniquet both my legs.
Yeah, he was telling him I've been hit in all my limbs, right?
Yeah.
And he had multiple arterial bleeds, okay? And that's a pretty crazy scenario because if you watch that cop, he pulls up, and I'm not sure what they were exactly doing. I didn't get the whole backstory, but he pulls up, and it seemed like they were about to serve either a warrant or they were about to do something because they had other buddies in like plain clothes, and that was an unmarked. And so dude walks up to the car, and as he passes the driver window, he
like
draws his weapon and then steps back and then just starts firing into the car.
Yeah.
Right? And the cop couldn't get his gun out in time, couldn't handle it, was
out of the
fighting
car.
his seatbelt, was fighting to get out of the vehicle, and the cop stayed in the fight the whole time. Shout out to that brother.
a
What an
miracle.
absolute beast. And it's training, right? Because you will always rise to your level, or you will always fall to your level of training. You'll never rise to the expectation. He had trained to not give up the fight, right? And so with that, he'd been shot probably 5-6 times. He's getting out of the vehicle. He engages the target, right? The target gets hit, and he runs off, and then he collapses, and all he could say is, guys, I've been shot. Guys, I got shot. I'm over here, I got shot. Please, I need a tourniquet. And as his boys show up, he's telling them, tourniquet me, tourniquet me, tourniquet me. And it took him a good, 20, 30 seconds to even start working the tourniquet out.
Well, and then he was telling him, tourniquet my legs. And then when the guy started on his arm, he had it down lower on the arm.
Yeah, he goes high and tight.
He goes tight, and the guy moved it back up and did it again. He even asked, how's my bleeding? He knew.
Yeah, he knew what was up.
He knew what was going on.
He knew what was up. He was not trying to die that day. And he lived, which is, the super dope stuff.
The other guy, however, did not live.
Yes.
And they still tried to save his life. They did compressions and everything.
Yep. They did
Because
compressions. They tried to save his life. They did compressions.
They looked, you know, they could have just let that guy lay there and not touch him, but they still worked on him.
Right.
They still did what
There's something to be said about doing compressions on somebody who has a massive bleed. It looks really good on camera. What you're doing is you're pumping the blood out faster. So
that's true.
Like it really depends. Like, oh, I forgot, you know, I don't know. Who knows if they were that cognizant? I doubt it, right? I doubt it. Baccarat, that's why you leave it to yourself to respond. Yeah, absolutely, bro. Put your faith in no man, right? Put your faith in no man. Rather put your faith in Elohim, who will save you, right? Yeah, and if there's an active threat, that is the police concerns, not the injured person, understandably. Yeah, we talk about that all the time in class, right? So if there is an active shooter or an active threat scenario, the person is not getting, like, nobody's rendering aid until it's at a minimum a yellow, right? Red or orange, we're not doing it. And so with that, now SWAT teams and counties are starting to stand up, what are they? TEMS teams, tactical emergency response, or medical squads, or whatever it is. What it is, it's basically like a SWAT team that goes in with the SWAT team. They have plate carriers and all the stuff, and their main goal is to get on the X and start rendering aid, even though it's a dangerous scenario. Those guys are few and far apart, because you got to understand, not only are you then a paramedic or an EMT, you're also like heavily tactically trained, right?
You're like a tactical EMT.
You're a tactical, you're a tac med, right? And so that's a challenging thing, and it's hard to stand those teams up. It takes a lot of time, money, and training, and it's like time and treasure, right? Those are the two things, and so not a lot of counties have that across the country, and that's why we as civilians need to be training these things, because we have the capability to do immense good inside of our community by just being more prepared and more capable, right? But that's a cognizant choice that every single one of us need to make. That's why it's so important that you go to training and you get good training, because that's what you need to be successful inside of these events and inside of these scenarios, right? You're not going to be super successful if you've never trained these things. If you've never put a tourniquet on, bro, if you need a tourniquet and you go to put one on, what are the likelihoods of you doing it right? Have you ever done anything right the first time? Maybe. How about all the stress of the world, the stress of your life in your hands, and now try to do it right the first time? That's a bad deal, bro. That's a bad, bad deal.
Also, that highlights the need, like, check with your local police stations. Like, especially in these small towns where they don't have funding.
Yep.
If you want to give a gift, freaking gift your police station real tourniquets.
Guys, I don't know if you know this, but there's this thing called, like, taxes, and it's coming to the end of the year, so it's a really great time to, like, buy stuff for tax write-offs. You can donate first aid gear, right? Your police department, your fire department, your EMS squad, whatever it may be, they can then supply you with a charitable donation receipt. You can then give that to the IRS and use that as a write-off. And what are you doing? You're helping yourself and the people in your community by getting them the equipment they need. And if you have any questions about how to do that, reach out to sales at Refuge. Faux Daddy over there, chilling like a villain. He's got his headphones in. He's super focused right now. But he is an awesome asset, and he's reaching out to companies all across the nation right now, trying to get them to put first aid kits in schools for tax write-offs. And that's something you can do as well. That's a super easy process. If you care about your school, if you care about where your kids go to school, and you want first aid gear there, reach out to sales at Refuge, and they can definitely help you. Oh, he's coming over now. He's walking with a mission. He's super serious. I might have said something wrong. We'll see. Maybe I'll get fired. Oh, I didn't say anything wrong. I'm good. What do you got, Fo?
I don't know if you mentioned this. What I want to share. Putting these kids into the school, very important. Now, the way we're doing that is through businesses right now.
Yeah.
So if you want to share that idea,
Yep.
would you like me to share?
I'll share it. That's no
Okay.
problem.
So,
So,
you're much better on the camera than I am.
dude, you're great on the camera. Stop. So, what he's talking about is we're reaching out to large businesses, right? And you can do this too. And we're petitioning those large businesses to use some of their funds at the end of the year, right, to buy first aid gear, right? Whether it's through one of the nonprofits that we're working with or it's directly from us, and then gifting that to a school, right, an in-kind donation, right? And they can use that as a tax write-off. It's great for the business because they're saving money on taxes. It's great for the community because they're getting first aid gear. It's great for us because we're perpetuating the mission, which is to save lives while in service to the Father's kingdom. It's great for you because you are the one who's actually doing it, right? So get involved, find a good way to do it, whether it's a school, police station, fire station, whatever it may be. Find a way to give the gift of life, right? Thanks, Bo. I appreciate
job.
you, brother. You're the man,
I got
Stan.
an aid rendered.
Aid rendered.
Although I had to bandage my friend's hand for
A moderate.
moderate. Oh, okay. Cut yesterday. The bandage. Okay, so you use a trauma pad. So email us, right, at admin, so we can get that replaced because you rendered aid.
Yeah, absolutely. So Alan456, he says, I use a kit to bandage up my buddy's hand. I always have the Refuge Medical kit on me. If you don't have it on you, you do not have it. That's how that works. Sorry, I'm hate to break your bad day. I don't care if your first aid kit's in your truck. Just not the same. It's great to have a first aid kit in your truck because that's a super dangerous place to be on the road.
Have
But
one in your truck and on you.
there we go. That's what I do, you know. And it doesn't have to be like, you don't have to carry a smash kit everywhere you go. Like I carry, I usually have combat gauze, a tourniquet or two, usually two, and gloves on my person, right? Because that's going to solve immediate problems. That's like, I can do a lot with that stuff right there. And that's usually, if I need more than that, I'm usually pretty close to some other first aid gear as well.
Heath and I both have slick kits.
Nice.
And then, like, I'm about to get my van this weekend, and I want to put my ARC on the back of the headrest.
Smart.
And then we've got the stuff in the truck, too. So
Heck yeah.
having something on you and having it in the vehicle, just extra medical.
Ben Valley said, I just found out the day I was in Webb City last week, 2 roads down had a road rage shooting. I just seen 9 cars roll past, nothing. And the radio found out 2 days later. So that is going to be more prevalent as society continues to want to act poorly. People are going to test the limits. We're seeing more and more criminal behavior inside of big cities.
Just like in the middle of the day, people robbing
Yep.
malls. Just
stores.
Like as a mob coming in.
And guys, if they're gonna rob you, they will shoot you. And remember, like, don't bring a fist to a knife fight. Don't bring a knife to a gunfight. Like, understand what overmatch is, so that way you can accurately assess the threat and deal with it. And sometimes the best thing to do is not be involved, right? Don't be involved.
Don't live where you can't carry.
Yeah, and don't live, like they just released that map of the 21 states with like the most lax gun laws. And they're like, these are the states that are killing civilians. And I saw a buddy post and he's like, I know which states I'm going to be considering moving to. And that's the reality is, you know, I've not seen a herd of criminals like breaking into the mall near me. Because if that happened, they would get shot.
Yeah.
They would get all the way
So
shot.
what they mean by that is here are the states where the bad guys are getting shot by the good guys, aka civilians are dying.
Well,
like, no.
I was at Walmart just the other day. Last week, I was at Walmart in the Arkansas side, and I was talking to a cashier, and she was like, and obviously I had a gun on me, and she goes, I'm so happy you're carrying. And I was like, oh, well, thank you. You know, I didn't do it for you. I did it for me, but I appreciate it. You know, I considered you when I did it. But that wasn't the main purpose. And she goes, we had a guy in here earlier that grabbed a knife and started chasing people with a knife. I said, really? She goes, yeah. And 2 different guys had guns on them and drew their guns and almost shot him, but he dropped the knife. I said, well, man, it's funny how that works, ain't it? And you know what you didn't see on CNBC? That story, because that story doesn't help their narrative. That story is against their narrative. So they're never going to share all the lives that have been saved because of defensive use of firearms, right? And she's like, what, would you have done the same thing? I said, no, not a chance. And she goes, what would you have done? I said, shot him in the face. Yeah, I would have shot him in the face. If you're chasing somebody with a knife, you're trying to kill somebody, that's it. It's over. Was there running friend get parts? I live in country 2 miles north of Arkansas off 49. Bad guys having knowledge that there is a ton of good guys usually stops bad guy shit. Yeah, that's true, right? That's super true. Don't be a hard target. It's a pretty consistent thing. Like, why is it so dangerous when we're out in theater in war? Like, what's the most dangerous thing, like, on op and in transport? It's not super dangerous behind the wire, right? Inside of the fob or inside of the talk. The reason that is it's a hard target. Like if you go to the fob, that's where everybody is. That's where all the tools are. Like you're gonna get some, absolutely. And like obviously there's no always, there's no every time, but from vast majority, if you make yourself a hard target, criminals want easy. They don't want to die. They want to take things. That's just how they work. And so if you make it challenging for them, they will either give up or get some. I mean, those are their options. And you got to be the one to perpetuate that.
My Alaskan Lifestyle said, Alaska has been doing pretty good. We haven't had any problems with stores being robbed. We had a big power outage due to snowfall. Every store owner and people around town had guns.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. I'm very confident that we would have a similar reaction here. I'm very, very confident. I was talking to our local SWAT commander about it 2 days ago. And, you know, we were talking about how, you know, in 2020, the summer of love, we had a singular march for Black Lives Matter. For every person in that march, there was probably 4 capable American men with firearms with eyes on, saying, hey, dude, you want to protest? Protest. That's totally fine. If you start to burn this city down, everything's going to change for you. Everything is going to change for you.
You mean when they peacefully protest?
Yeah, yes. If you want to peacefully burn the city down. Oh my gosh. An armed guy tried to rob Ponca City Walmart Money Center a few weeks ago. If I remember correctly, that's the one that got stopped by someone being armed. Yeah, I mean, dudes take the room temperature challenge really quickly in armed counties and states because it's just not a conversation. I just saw a video the other day. Off-duty cop, right, carrying his gun, was getting his hair cut. He's getting his hair cut, and as he's getting his hair cut, somebody comes in to rob the barber shop, right? And he shoots 2 rounds. Well, the off-duty cop, like, pretends to run away, right? And as he runs away, the criminal doesn't pay attention to him. He draws his firearm, bop, 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 and puts down the threat, right? Because that guy's trying to kill people, right? And we need good guys that are capable, right? And I know it's not necessarily the best thing to talk about or the funnest thing to talk about, but it's the reality. I used to sell Ponca City corn at Tractor Supply there. That's cool, Ben. Only shots fired at predator animals. Pew, pew, pew. Guys, if you have any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. I'm not just trying to talk about doom and gloom and, you know, like shootings and everything like that. It is getting more and more prevalent. We are seeing more and more bad actors come across certain lines of division in our country, like where the end of our country is. We're seeing more people come in. So
Ankle kits ship.
Oh yeah, that's right. So ankle kits, I'm sorry, I have like little notes here. So the ankle kits have shipped. So if you ordered an ankle kit, it is either in progress or it's already at your place. I hope you guys enjoy them. They're very, very comfortable. We have another batch of ankle kits probably dropping next week, I'm hoping. It really depends on when manufacturing gets done with them. He's taken the proper amount of time, not too much, not too little, and making sure that they're just magnifique.
Make sure you sign up for the Notify Me and the SMS so you'll know first because they go like freaking, I mean, how fast did that first round go?
I think it lasted 6 hours, maybe 12, like on the outside. The ankle kits flew off the shelf. Once we put them back in stock, they're in stock, ready to ship. We're not doing another pre-order on them, so there's not going to be a couple week lead time. It'll be like, hey, they're going out the door either today, tomorrow, or maybe the next day if we're super, super busy. Because, you know, we want to get you guys your first aid gear. That's the point of all of this. It's not like buy a first aid kit and then we buy it from China and then we ship it from China to you. That's not how we do things around here at all. We're the opposite of that. Any thoughts on a belly band? Yeah. We've talked about it. We're using the ankle kit as a potential platform to build off of for that. We're also thinking about a girder for the ladies for that exact same thing. Jadis runs like a belly band for his holster because he wears like basketball shorts and stuff and pajama pants a lot.
Dress shorts.
Dress shorts. Yeah, he wears dress shorts. That's not a thing. So we're looking at that. What up, Michaela? That's a homie right there. We're on the internet. What do you want to tell the internet?
Sign up for the Refuge Ruckus.
Oh, based. She said sign up for the Refuge Ruckus. I actually saw you on the internet signing up for the Refuge Ruckus yesterday with your homie. Guys, if you're not signed up for the Refuge Ruckus, you're wrong. You're just wrong. I don't want to hear you talk crap about pedophiles. I don't want to hear it. I don't want your sob story, anything like that. It's like $250. Go find 25 family members or friends and get $10, or go find 12 and get $20. You know, like seriously, come on. Sign up for the Refuge Ruckus. Get people behind you to go take a stand against these people. We need strong men and women. Commode Bear, already signed up. Booyah, that's right. Yeah. What's in store for the future? Do you have plans for new products? I know y'all are always brainstorming. Just curious if you have some new items coming. Yeah, we do. We have some big stuff in the works. I cannot talk about it, but it's big, and I'm really excited about it. We've got some more market research and some more math and some more like prayer to do about it. In terms of new products, we're always testing new products. I can tell you right now that we have a couple of iterations of kits that are either, like we have one kit that's on the 1.0 that's like in process of being reproduced. Actually, two kits in the 1.0 that are in the process of being reproduced into their 2.0 glory, just because we're going to solve a couple of, not problems, but we're going to make them even better. And then we're looking at new bags for new products and stuff like that, trying to figure out, you know, what is the best way to package larger kits for y'all, whether it's modules or, you know, detachable sections, all that stuff. And so we're doing our homework there. We're also looking into offering some new components for y'all. We're doing some market research and some studying on different hemostatics, some different tourniquets, how they work, what doesn't work, to see if we want to bring it to our market. Not that they're not already in market, they are. But we haven't put the Refuge stamp on them just yet. And then also, like, we've been talking about, you know, doing different colors and stuff. We messed with the blue and the purple. That seemed to go pretty well. So we might see some more of that. And, you know, we really only do what there's a problem to do. Like, we're not just trying to make random stuff up. You know, there has to be a reason for us to commit time and effort towards a product, right? And so, you know, why did we make the baby birthing bucket? Because there wasn't a good baby birthing bucket or baby birthing supply kit on the market. And honestly, we had a bunch of people who were pregnant. And so it was in our best interest to make sure that we had the right stuff for that problem. The same way that we had the ankle kit, you know, that was requested and requested and requested time and time again. And so that allowed us the feedback to go, oh, you know what? We're going to do this. We're going to do that ankle kit, and it's going to go well, right? So that's a great question. That's a really, really great question. I will be remote, but we're with you. That's awesome, Kermode. I can't go, but we'll be rucking here in California. Carl S. said 64 people watching and only 8 likes. Guys, go hit the...
63.
There's
I
63.
think it's on his end.
Dude, go hit the refresh button. Also, if you haven't liked it, like it.
What about foldable trauma shears?
Yeah, we've talked about adding in the Leatherman Raptors. We might do that after the first, in all honesty. We also looked at SOG. I don't like the SOGs as much. They're just like a little bit chintzier, I feel like. What do you think, JT?
Agreed.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah, JT's run both the SOGs and the Leathermans. I like the Raptors a lot. They're just big, so I don't carry them. They're a little bit expensive too, so it's like a commitment there. Like you really got to commit to the Raptor because like it's what, like $100, something like that. Yeah, they're like all of $100. So that's pretty expensive for shears, in my opinion. But we've looked a lot into shears. We've tried to bring production here for shears. That's been like an up mountain battle in its own right, but definitely good feedback there. Just shared with a local midwife. That's awesome, Stuart. That is super cool. Think about how many potential lives that you have blessed in doing that. That is so cool. Hopefully, hopefully they take it. What else we got? I like the Raptors, and the SOGs are not as good. Yeah, I agree, Ghost. I do. Dudley, our Duddle, he's a SOG guy. He's like a SOG purist, man. He will not use anything except for SOG. Like knife, multi-tool, shears, you name it. He's like, it's not SOG, I don't want to use it. And I'm like, why? Why? He's like, it's the best. It's not the best. It's not. But hey, everybody has their stuff. Maybe a butt pack. Yeah, that is actually one of the things that I've been looking at, is changing how our CLS is built out. I've been talking to a couple of different companies that are already really tied into the special operations community as well, and like maybe partnering with them. We did a partner with one company. What was it? Tasmanian Tiger Goods, something like that. They do a lot of
while
bags.
ago.
Yeah, we did it a while ago. But they do a lot of bags inside of the soft community, and they have a really cool butt pack that I was looking at. So I'm tracking on that, my brother. Dudley likes SOG because the finger holes are big enough to accommodate his rings. That's possible. That's definitely possible. Or maybe just his fingers. I don't know if you've ever like shaken Dudley's hand, but it's similar to grabbing that of a black bear. Like it's just
Why
not
it
a.
gotta be black?
You know why? Because they're bigger. Duh. Gosh, racist. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. These are some great questions here. Seriously.
Hemi.
Ooh, race. Dude, somebody was like actually racist today in the brief against Dudley. And I was like, dude, first of all,
He will kill you.
I was like, first of all, he'll destroy you. Second of all, I'll destroy you. Don't you ever demean my brother because of the color of his skin. How dare you? How dare people, man? Like, a joke's a joke. That's cool. But you're going to hate on somebody because of the color of their skin? Dude, you need the love of Messiah. Praise the Most High that he did not demean us or judge us based on the color of our skin. Lord knows he could have. Looking at you, Samaritans. Looking at you, Gentiles. Looking at you, Edomites. Right? Like, come on, bro. Like, we have a God that loves us. Does or will Refuge Medical ever do children-focused classes to teach kids in schools in an effort to get them into medical safety stuff? Not sure if there's a market for it, just a random thought. We have in the past. Twitch did the micro responder, and we've done a couple iterations of that. It was a cool little thing. It's hard. You got to find the right kids, to be honest. Like,
The kids that did it were all our.
yeah, like the kids that did it were all our kids. So they were like,
They were already like tourniquets.
they were like, of course we know how to wound pack. Like, yes, we're going to go through this freaking mud. Yes, obviously we want to do a marathon. I get to hold a fake gun. This is awesome. Like Autumn's Armory, who's like a 9 or 10-year-old who has like 1 million followers on YouTube and is just like a really good shooter. She did one of the courses.
Our daughter did it.
Yeah, your daughter did it. JT's daughters did it. And it's just really specific because it's very, very challenging ideas to wrap your head around. And it takes a lot of responsibility. It takes a lot of focus. And so if it's hard to like walk into a classroom of 20 kids and be like, all right, today we're going to talk about TAC Med for kids. They're going to be like, we're going to TAC what? With who? And it's okay. And so it also takes a really specific type of instructor to be able to teach children. Children take a lot of patience, as I'm sure you know, and they take a lot of finesse, right? And so for us right now in the refuge training sector, that's not really a focus, although we might do one again locally sometime, right? But we'd have to have a pretty big demand for it. Where's
I mean, you can teach your own kids though.
yeah, tac lights? Question mark? Question mark? Question marks. I don't know what you're talking about. Are you talking about tactical lights? Are you talking about chem lights? Are you talking about flashlights? Are you talking about IR lights? Are you talking about spotlights? Are you talking about attacking the lights in your room? Don't do that, because there's power hooked up to it. You might not win. Shalom, Brenda.
Will the slick kit fit next to the plates in a plate carrier?
Yes. Yeah, so if you're talking about like your side plate holder, yeah, absolutely. And if you're talking about putting it up under your plate carrier, it will also fit there. I don't recommend that that's where you store it. I don't, because like, okay, so if you're wearing plates, that should always be towards your threat, right? So if you get shot, the propensity of that getting hit, very high. You don't want your medical gear behind your plates where it could have potentially been compromised. The last thing you need to do is be able to render aid and then also like, congrats, now your medical gear is also all shot to shit. If you're doing tactical stuff or whatever, I recommend you do what majority of people in the industry do because of time and effort and study, and that's like run a small of the back. Run stuff like in that little position back there. Some guys run it on like the back portion of your plate carrier, something like that. because it seems to be like the most successful location that it doesn't get completely compromised. The slick kits are the bomb, makes it so much easier to carry than EDC in my purse or bag. Yeah, slick kits are absolutely magnifique. They're awesome. A tack light is commonly understood to be a weapons light. It's not as common as you think it is, Palmetto Paratrooper. We talked about carrying lights before. We have like a retailer account with Surefire. We've done some Surefire stuff in the past. We were talking about adding it to like a survival kit. The challenge is like, I don't know, like, do you want to just buy lights from us? Because we'll stock lights, I guess, but like, that's not really where we are. Now there is, hold on, I'll show you. Hold on. There is a cool medical tactical light that I'll talk to you about. I'm running around right now through the office. You can't see me, but trust me, I am. Hold on, I'm in my corner of crap. I've got all this random tactical gear. There it is. Heck yeah. Okay, come here. Come on. No, not all of you. Get over here. That's a Modern Warfare reference. Nice. And we're coming back. And we're moving. And we're shaking. And we're shaking. And we're moving. This is why you secure your gear, so that way you can run around the office while you're on a live stream. And I'm back. All right. So this is a product called, from First Light. This is the Tomahawk MC. This is a really interesting light. I read about this inside of JSOM, which is the Journal of Special Operations Medicine. This is a light that a lot of medics are running. This sucker is all the way expensive. Now, the cool thing is it has, if I can remember how to work it.
Is this one that has like the lights that show blood?
Yes, that is exactly what it is. So you have a red light, and then, what is it? And there's a bunch of different programs you can do. Hold on, I locked it. There we go. So then you can hit it differently, and then there's like different colors inside of the lights that you can do as well. And you can change your brightness. And then it's got like a blue, I can't remember how to work the settings on it. Anyways, inside of the Journal of Special Operations Medicine, they recommended this for your medic, your corpsman. The reason being is the different colors that it can put out, and it allows you to see viscous fluid a lot better in the dark. So this is First Light, and this is the Tomahawk. I'm going to see if I can't remember how to do it really quick. And by remember, I mean look at the freaking manual. There we go. Secondary color selection from the off position.
A pen light in the
There
kits
we
would
go.
be handy. We actually do have a pen light in some of the kits.
There we go. So you can see here, it gives you a green and then also a red rim. And you can go to just red or just green. And then you can have a momentary control. I know, right? And the reason that is so cool is because that red and green combination allows for a really clear picture of blood on multicam. Multicam in the dark can hide some fluid. And so having a light like this, very helpful. A lot of dudes are like putting it like on their like little vest here, or they'll put it here. And then even some guys are like attaching it to their helmet and stuff like that. So I know it was bright. Everybody's fine. $250, yikes. Yeah, it's very expensive. I told you that. And so that's why we're not selling them, because but you know what? Most good lights are getting pretty expensive. Like if you look at Mod Light, if you look at Surefire, if you look at even the nicer stream lights and stuff like that. And remember guys, this is a purpose-built light. This isn't just like a random light or headlamp. It's very different. This is robust. You could absolutely soak this in water. You can do a lot more than just, use it as a flashlight. So.
7Heather7 said she was involved in an incident once. Police picked her up and took off after a person. Long story, but he had no idea I was bleeding as it was dark. I had to tell him to turn on his cargo light.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like, light is a big thing. It really is. Like we sell exam pen lights. Maybe it is time that we start to offer a flashlight or something like that, because it really matters, and about 50% of the time is dark. And I mean, I don't leave home without a flashlight. I carry a Surefire as an EDC. But this is a pretty cool tool. We're going to continue to test this though, because I haven't put my stamp on it just yet. But yeah, awesome product, really is. I got one kit on my belt, another on my back plate. Just want to add more capabilities. That's awesome, Ghost. Make sure that people you train with have kits. That's how you add capabilities. Like, unless you are the medic, right? In which case, build out a bag. Stop putting stuff on your kit, right? Because if you're the medic, bro, and you know, like the aliens have invaded, right? So like the Martians come in, and now you're like running an op on the Martians, and so like you and your team go in the first door, throw flashbangs, right? And then you clear that room. Well, now you can drop pack, so that way you're a little bit freer, or you can drop pack before you make entry, and you can turn on like a little indicator on your bag, and you have all that medical capability, but you can shed it, right? So you don't have that extra weight inside of the operation. That's what operators do when they fight Martians. I didn't know if you knew that. I'm just, you know, sharing a little bit of information for you. Lights are very important. What if you're in the woods with no light AO and you have to render aid to someone in the dark? Joke's on you. I always have a flashlight on me. That's the importance, you know, have the gear on you. It should be part of your EDC, right? Is a flashlight. That's like basic.
I ask Keith for his all the time.
Yeah.
Because I should probably carry my own.
Sister, carry a flashlight.
I know.
You can do it. I believe in you.
I know.
We've watched your
They'd be
EDC.
like, where's yours? And I'm like,
Dude, Lauren's EDC has grown so much
It's
since
kind of
working
ridiculous.
here. It's like, now she carries a gun.
I've carried a gun for years.
I'm just trolling you, bro.
No, but like Keith was like, "What's in your bag?" And I started like pulling out everything. And I'm like, "I've got KO3.
Yep.
I have like 3 different kinds of tourniquets.
That's right.
I've got this. I've got that. I've got my gun. I got my extra pew pews.
That's right.
All the things.
That's so awesome. That is so awesome.
I just don't wear any of it, and that's the problem. Like I probably need an ankle kit or something like that.
Ghost said, unfortunately, I am the everything, brother. You are not the everything. Somebody's coming. It's okay. Take a breath, find them, and then train them up, because they're probably not where they need to be. That's the thing. It's like, dude, you got to do the best of what you have where you are, where you got it, right? I EDC at least a Streamlight micro stream so I can clip it to a hat and be hands-free. Yeah, that's like a pro tip that I learned from JT. So I had never had like a reversed clip flashlight before. And when I moved here, there was one time JT was literally just driving a tractor at night, and the tractor didn't have headlights, and he put on a flashlight on his ball cap, and it held it, and so he was hands-free. I was like, oh my gosh, that is life-changing for me. That's literally just shocked my whole world, and that is awesome. I got my ankle kit in. It fits, which is great. That's awesome, Brenda. That is so cool. It's a nice size. It might go good with a med kit. That's true. That little Streamlight is a pretty nice size. That might be a good one. But Streamlight's like half made here. That's one of the reasons we went with Surefires, because Surefire is like all the way made here. But boy, are their prices there.
Erin asked if she could see my EDC.
Send it. I don't care.
Okay.
So this is Lauren's EDC. So she's going to share her EDC here on camera.
Hi, everybody. Okay.
Hi, everybody. This is Lauren.
That.
Okay.
Okay.
Banned. Shut it down.
My slick.
Nice.
Tourniquet number 1.
Nice.
Tourniquet number 2.
Based.
Knife.
Classic.
Trauma shears.
Classic.
Trioral.
Trioral.
Thank you.
Rehydration salts.
Mini compression bandage. This is all. Let's see. We got like poison ivy stuff, more salts, more poison ivy stuff, more pens. Nobody cares about that. More ETDs.
Because
I'm not gonna like pull out like non-medical stuff because I have like Q-tips in here because I'm always, you know.
Because she's a person, she's like a human being and stuff. Headlamp.
Headlamp.
There you go. Look at that.
Another flashlight. Another flashlight.
Oh, see, so Lauren's deeply afraid of the dark.
This is Melaleuca's version of Tums.
Oh, dude.
We need that.
This is super good. Is this the Calmacid? Yeah, this is super good. This is very good stuff.
Got some
KL3.
antibiotics in there. Oh, look, another tourniquet.
That's this is not just a tourniquet. This is a Schlishman. So this is a great tourniquet solution for kiddos, which you have children.
Yes, I
Right.
agree.
So that's probably why she carries this. It's probably not for her.
Sharpie, duct tape,
Nice.
And like stuff is so unorganized in here right now. I have a light for my gun also. That's not attached because I can't fit it in my holster.
That's fine. You'll have that.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll have
I'm
time.
gonna like leave the rest. Oh, I have gloves, extra gloves in here.
You gotta have the extra gloves.
So like antiseptic. There's a Band-Aid because of my mom. But yeah, this isn't even all of it, honestly. I have
There's still a fair amount in there.
Yeah, I have like cranberry stuff, like
Just like being a person.
Tylenol, like
Charging cables.
just charging cables. I have like homeopathic treatments. This is like Mary Poppins bag.
Yeah, it really keeps going.
And you know what it is? It's an adventure bag.
That's right. That's
So,
right. Because that's a
yeah.
freaking sweet bag.
Just like stick everything back in.
That's here.
There you go, Aaron.
There you go, Aaron. This is a quick look at Lauren's EDC. She's gonna yard sale it back into her bag, and she's totally gonna organize it later. She's totally gonna organize
We're
it.
like unpacking still, so we'll see.
It's all right. We'll get there. It'll be okay. Yeah. So be thinking about your guys' EDC. It doesn't always have to be on you. Like I'm sure Lauren has a little bit on her person, but she's probably never within like more than 5 to 6 feet away from that bag, right? I want to open carry, but I need to get over people staring at me. LOL. I don't like that attention, but I get to open carry at the same time. Girl problems. Yeah, my wife struggles with that a lot too.
I love the attention because I'm like, try me, bro.
Try me. I'm ready.
Like that. Have that intent. Like that should be your attitude instead. Like, try me. I will end you.
My wife gets asked all the time if she's a cop. They're like, "Are you a cop? Are you a police officer?" She goes, "No, I'm a person, and I have a gun." And they're like, "Oh my gosh!" It's like,
She's
yeah.
so little.
My wife, she's like this big, dude. She's a very tiny person. It's very funny because she's like, my wife is very sweet. She's like she's a very little sweet person, and so like.
But she will F you
Dude,
up.
but she is so damn feisty, bro. She's like all the way my wife. She's I love that lady. I'll marry her. Ah, gosh, what a freaking person. Open carry is a nice idea for desensitization of the public. It had been a common thing for the last 80 years. Way things are, it could just make you a target number one, which is fine for certain purposes. So with that, I will tell you one thing, as I've told my wife and other ladies, if you're gonna carry, make sure you know how to retain your gun. Make sure you have a retention holster. Make sure that a holster is attached to you, and you have to be up with your situational awareness. That is, I have watched video after video of women in particular getting their guns taken from them. And with that, you're like, it's just like cops nowadays. You have to be ready to go hands-on. Like, if you're putting yourself out there as a target, you have to be ready. And so, I always recommend, like, especially for the chicks, like, they call it the flashbang, because, like, you get flash them and then bang, right? And so, a little surprise, what? It's a thing. There's a holster called the flashbang because it's, like, near your bra. It's literally called I thought it was genius marketing.
I like Miss Lovely Dudley. She said, I can still carry. I like to be the surprise.
That's right. Surprise, mother
Nice.
trucker. Some fries, mother trucker. Would you please advise the Bear Refuge Nation to go on Google Reviews and blast RM? 15 reviews is unacceptable. RM should be number one in the search. Actually, yeah. Anybody, here's what we're going to do. We got 66 people here right now. All right? Anybody who goes on Google Reviews and leaves us a good review and screenshots it and emails it in, I will send you a little something, a little zhuzh, right? A little present, a little treat, a little, just saying thank you. I'll pay the shipping, don't worry about it, all right? But we'll get you a little love package and nothing weird, okay? Just as a thank you for doing that. And you don't have to do it right now in this instant, just sometime today, if you can go to Google Reviews and be like, Refuge Medical is the best first aid kit in the world because ... whatever reason. Or, I like Refuge Medical. That's fine too, right? 10K reviews in 7 days. That'd be super cool. That'd be super cool. Mission Heard will do. But if you could do that for me, do that for Lauren, do that for the team here, that would be freaking awesome. We would greatly appreciate it. And it will absolutely help us in SEO, search engine optimization.
Also, if you send in a rendered stuff and you just happen to have a photo of it, please attach it.
Yeah.
I mean, people love hearing the aid render stories, but when you have a photo of it, I was just going through our aid renders the other day, and whew,
Yeah.
some of those photos, man, it's intense.
Guys, here's the thing is that actually helps not just us, but other end users. If you share the photos and any data that you can give us, we're like building our own catalog. We're building our own white pages of data as to how this is used and what was successful and what wasn't, right? And those photos tell a story in of itself, right? We get a lot of context that maybe even you wouldn't get because, you know, this is your first accident. Whereas like we look at accidents every single day and we're like, oh man, did you see this, and this? Like you actually did way more things right than you even realized, and let us show you this, right? And it's awesome. I will get on my Bear Fact 3.0 I got. Hey, that's awesome. That is, retention is awareness and awareness is a must. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Tavar said that's why I prefer concealed. I go back and forth, bro. It depends on how spicy I am that day. And it depends on where I'm going. If I'm going to like a super like sketchy location, I have like 10 times the amount of stuff on me and all of it is concealed. And I'll look just like a farmer. I'll look just like a dude. Because, you know, just Sun Tzu, right? Don't underestimate your enemy. That. Don't underestimate them, and they will probably underestimate you, which is, you know, what you want in that situation.
got his ankle kit today.
What? That's right, AVT. That's the best therapist in the game right now. It really, really is. I'm glad you got your ankle kit, bro. Hopefully everything's going better for you down in Tennessee. I know you guys had a rough, you know, couple of weeks. We've definitely been in prayer for you. I know you were good, but, you know, definitely thinking about all the people there that got hit with the storm. We were happy that Grindstone didn't have to deploy, that you guys were able to handle it with such freaking tenacity. That's pretty gangster, if you ask me. All right, we got time for a couple more questions. Probably like 2 or 3 more questions, and then we'll be moving on, right? And for those of you who want ankle kits and haven't gotten them yet, don't worry. We're going to be back in stock probably next week. Yeah, I assume probably next week, right?
Aaron Beth asked, what kit would you suggest for an older farmer, ahem, my dad? He is around heavy machinery and animals, needs to be easy to carry because his pockets are already full.
Slick kit and a tourniquet, realistically. Or like Bear Fact, Crash Fact in the tractor or on the UTV, OSHA compliance kit on the tractor or in the UTV. These are all good options. Honestly, an OSHA compliance kit would get used the most, right? Because it's like not only is there the trauma capability, but there's also like eye wash, rehydration salts, glucose gel, Band-Aids, duct tape, all that stuff. And it can sit inside the UTV bungee corded, no problem. It's waterproof. It's also not gonna like die because the sun touched it. It's plastic. So that's a really good call. Lots of late nights getting power and fiber restored. Yeah, I'm sure there was, Stryker. I am sure there was. I'm glad you didn't have to deploy, but I was looking forward to seeing everyone. Oh, dude, why don't you just come over? Come hang out. Like, come on, bruh. I know, you're busy. He's like, Bob, I'm out here trying to save lives too. Yes, you are. And it's good, honest work what you're doing, brother. And I appreciate you, and I'm praying for you. I really am, because that man is fighting an up mountain battle every single day. And gosh, we just need to really be in prayer for the people that are looking out for those who look out for us. Quick question. I'm coming to the May 5th class and my wife is tagging along but not attending the class. Can she come with me to hang out afterwards? No. Yes. Of course. Please bring your wife to come hang out afterwards. She can't come in and do the class, but she can absolutely come to the party afterwards. No problemo, Blade. That is a great question. I carry a stomp on the UTV for our group rides. Dude, you're awesome. You are freaking cool. You're cooler than I am. I don't carry that much kit. I probably with all my kits combined that I usually have near me, it's close to a stomp bag. I might not have as much surgical, but I'm not doing surgery in the field. I'm just not doing it. Like, dude, it's SHTF actual if I'm trying to sew anybody up or take anything out, because that's a bad deal. Awesome. Thanks, Bob. No, thank you, random citizen. All right, we got 2 more questions. 2 more. I don't want your love package, Bob. Fine, Hemi, I'm keeping it. I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to do whatever I want with it, you know? I'll send it to somebody else. Freaking Hemi, that's a good dude. He is a good guy. That's a cool cat. I'll go over to Instagram, because I haven't been on the gram this whole time. Chris McGanty, that's a good dude.
The Lamppost Collective asked, how do you feel about New Year's resolutions?
I don't know. That's kind of weird.
So there's some stuff, if you look up about certain gods and stuff, like I'm not even gonna say the name, but look up, like if you're already down with like Christmas being pagan and stuff like that, look up stuff about New Year's resolutions while you're at it. All the other things like Valentine's Day and stuff.
So when's the year start? That's my question.
I mean, there's even like
There's debate upon that biblically.
yeah, like is it the spring or is it the fall?
Right.
Like the fall, I think came from like coming out of Babylon.
Right.
Like the original biblical spring would be the new year when everything's coming alive, which
Yes.
makes more sense.
Yes.
And like
That's what I think, at least. And I don't know. I'm a broken man. Me personally, it's not the new year to me. So like for me, I don't do New Year resolutions. I also don't sing Happy Birthday though. Like I've been struggling with that lately because there's like a weird stuff behind that. So like for me, like anytime, do not make an oath, right? Gosh, I was just reading it. Who would know? Don't make an oath or a vow with your mouth. And it's better for you not to have vowed,
Yeah.
right, than to have vowed and not done
let your
it.
yes be yes and your
And
no.
why and who are you doing it to? Like what is it to? Like I'm making a New Year's resolution to myself? No.
Maybe a goal. Like I'm not saying like make it for New Year's, but like why wait till New Year's anyway?
I don't know. Yeah, like
If you're
that's
like I want to change this and like start today.
yeah, right? Because like
Or
tomorrow's
if you're
not even
me,
promised.
start on Monday because I'm terrible about that. Like you know what? Monday I'm starting.
Yeah,
this.
I can't do this on Thursday. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Like,
And that's just like how that's where I'm at with it. That's how I feel about New Year's resolutions. It's kind of weird. I just don't get it.
oh, that's such a good question.
Uh,
Yuppie SNPR. What is your feelings of taking responder 1 and 2 again for reps?
I think you should do it. I know a couple hundred people who have done it, and they learned. I know people who have taken responder 3
Jackie
multiple
Steven.
times. Yeah, PJ and SK. A bunch of people have taken responder 3 a bunch of times, and they get something different out of it every time.
Because
And
it
here's
is
the-
different every
and
time.
no 2 classes are the same. Dude, if we're feeling spicy, we'll make up a scenario on the spot. Like we have a lot of time, reps, and sets on this, and we have a lot of capability, and we understand what our TLOs are, right? So terminal learning objectives. And so with that, like if we see a class is handling something a specific way, we can shift the scenario over to drive home the TLO differently. And so if you go to responder 1, or if you went to one in Indiana, and then you go to a responder 1 here in Spyro, there's gonna be completely different classes, right? And it depends on who's teaching it, right? Like if you went to a class where Twitch and Phelps taught, that's gonna be completely different than if it's a class where TJ and I taught, right? And you know, you may get more information here and more information there, and it might just ebb and flow. Lamppost said, super interesting to think about. We don't do them here, but people are starting to talk about it so much. It's always rubbed me the wrong way, but I've never had the context as to why. Yeah, just do a little bit of research as to like where it comes from. For me personally, it seems like you're doing a resolution to a false god. And not you specifically. If you're like doing a New Year's resolution inside of January, like where does January even come from, you know? And we're going to get in the biblical weeds really quick. The biblical calendar has at least a couple new years. One is the calendar reset year. Another is the agricultural reset. Yeah, sure.
We already have 6 new reviews.
Nice. You guys are getting dope stuff. Great listen while doing yard work. Hey, thanks, Brian. I would probably not listen to you while doing yard work, but maybe I would. I don't know. Are you an interesting guy? You know what? You're probably definitely an interesting guy. Look at that. Well, look at that last name. La Follette. Dude. I bet you he can make some pasta. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say he's Italian.
Is La Follette French?
Maybe. Maybe it sounds French, right? Like he might be able to like make a really good croissant. That's French for croissant.
Mark Chase said, I'm going to retake responder 1 again in May with 2 afterwards.
That's smart. Yuppie SNPR. More reviews on the way. That's awesome. That's French. I'm Italian and offended. Good. I like it that way. I like
What is it with like the Italians and the French, man? There's a couple I follow on Instagram. They're so funny, and he's Italian. She always pokes fun at him, like says he's more French than Italian.
Dude, they are not big fans. They are not big fans of each other. I listen to me all the time. Sometimes I get weird looks from people who hear me talking to myself. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just got to work problems out, you know? I speak to myself in public all the time. People are like, are you insane? I'm like, yeah, definitely. But, you know, I'm not
Good
bad
shirt.
insane.
The Lamppost Collective, live unoffendable.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
is a shirt.
That's
right
a
there.
great shirt. If you make that shirt, Lamppost, I'll buy it. Yeah, guys, stop. Who cares? It's just words. It's just words. No one cares, right? Nobody cares. Work harder. Like it's
like at least when we were kids, it was like sticks and stones may hurt me. You know, like your words. I can't remember how the rhyme
sticks and
went.
stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me.
Now we're like, oh my god, the words.
It's like,
they
oh
hurt
my God,
so bad.
he assaulted me with his racist rhetoric, and I was like, I literally just said like simple facts. Like I don't know why that's such a problem. You know, $100 to the first person who can offend me. I'm not taking that bait, bro. I'm not taking that. I'm not taking that bait. It's not really speaking to ourselves, though, is it? It's speaking to the one that is always with us. Ooh. Amen, bro. Amen. It's a part of problem solving. It's referred to as self-talk. Right, yeah, self-talk. Good self-talk. Yeah, that's great. So one more question. Anybody who's got the next question? Yeah, right, Mrs. Lovely Dudley? I'm rubber, you're glue.
Whatever you say, bounces off me and sticks to you.
Boom! I said that all the time when I was a kid. I'm rubber, you're glue. And then I got punched. And that was actually offensive. The punch, not the words, because that's how that works. We got time for one more question. Guys, don't forget to take advantage of the blowout sale. Get on it. And if you're like, Bob, I already bought something. Cool. Share it with your friends. Like, call your friends who don't have a first aid kit and be like, hey, you're wrong. Here's why. Get this. And use my link because I'm an affiliate with them, and that helps me and helps my peeps get more first aid gear too, right? We said it differently. I'm rubber, you're
don't read it
glue.
out loud, don't read it out loud.
Nope. Gosh, dang, Hemi. Come on, bro. Come on, dog. Chill. Differentiate between the kits on camera. Yeah, we'll be here for a
We
while.
are out of time.
Yeah, we've got too many kits. That's super funny, Palmetto Paratrooper. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. All right, guys, we're probably gonna call it here. Let's talk to the creator really quick, and we will move on with our day into something cool. All right, and this is that time of where we pray as a company. And if you don't like that, love you, dog. Shalom. All right. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this day. Thank you for the time that we can hang out on the internet with these people. Thank you for the ability to use these evil devices for good. We know that you can use all things for good. And that means even the Babylonian rectangles of death. Father, we ask that anybody who is struggling right now with the reality of you, with the truth of you, your son, Yeshua, that they would be comforted by the Comforter. That you would send your Spirit to go into them, to show them the truth, to guide them in their steps, in their ways, in their heart, and in their mind. And we thank you for it. Father, I just give you praise for all the lives that have been saved. I give you praise for all the aids that have been rendered. I give you praise for how you are working in so many different people's lives right now, and you're continuing to use Refuge as a vehicle. We remember you in all things because Yahuwah is a refuge. And we love you. And that's the whole point of this, is that we love you and we're trying to bring other people closer to you. Father, please continue to bless us. Please continue to guide us. Please continue to teach us. Let us submit to you and your will, and strengthen us. And if there's anybody within the sound of my voice right now that does not know you, I pray, Father, that you would just make yourself unbelievably known, undeniably. And we love you for that. Thank you, Yeshua, for your compassion, for your mercy, your grace, and your redemption. We love you. It's in your name that we're even able to pray. Amen. Rock and roll. All right. I love y'all. You're the freaking cat's pajamas. Go be Refuge Nation somewhere. Go preach the good news, right? And then preach the good news of first aid. And then remember, carry an effing tourniquet. I love y'all. Shalom. Do 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 do.